Hi guys, it's Lynn here. I hope everybody is having an amazing day. Now guys, today I have our Isopropyl Sansonii, beautiful succulent plant here. And the reason why I'm doing this video is because it has come down with the dreaded mealybug. And the one good thing about this plant in particular is it's not spiny, and it is sort of soft, so it's one of the ones that's much easier to remove mealybugs off than very spiny cacti. Now, if you want to know how to remove mealybug from very spiny cacti like mammillaria, links up above to a video I made on how to remove mealybug safely with isopropyl alcohol if you have very spiny cacti, so do check that out. And also I've made a video on how to remove scale from cacti as well, because scale and mealybug are sort of similar in the sense they're very common, and this particular product here, oops, sorry, knocking the camera, I highly recommend. It's very, very good, and it's safe to use as well. Now, this plant here is, as you can see, looks like a load of spaghetti. Isopropyls are amazing, amazing plants. They sort of grow into lovely hanging baskets, as you can see here. We normally have this one hanging down from our kitchen window, and obviously I've took it down now because I'm going to be removing the mealybugs. I'm just going to show you how to do it. I've made a number of videos before on using isopropyl alcohol to remove mealybugs, and it's very, very effective. Now, in severe cases, then sadly you are better off using a systemic insecticide that actually gets into the plant, absorbs systemically inside its plant body, and then when the insects chew on it, then it does kill them that way. That I only really recommend using systemics in extreme cases when this doesn't work, because obviously a lot of systemics are not safe for the environment or the health. But if that's the only thing, then I'll recommend it. But if you have success with this, which I find is very good in mild cases, as in this case here, then I find this alcohol is very good. And if you want to know where to purchase this from, guys, Amazon do the best deal I find. You can get this from a lot of chemists, but it's often very expensive. And I think it's about £5 or £6, probably about €6 or €7, about $8 or so. And I find this is a massive bottle here. I've got the bigger bottle, which might be a bit more, but I find it lasts for absolutely ages. I've had this now for well over a year, as you can see. Still loads left, and unfortunately I do have to use it a lot on our plants because mealybugs is an ongoing problem if you keep cacti or succulents or any type of plant. So that's a little bit about that. It's 100%. You can get 80%, 90%. I like to use 100% because I like to use it neat on cacti and succulents, and I find I don't have any problem. But if you're using it on other type of house plants that are more sensitive, you're best to dilute it to about 80% strength. In other words, add a little bit of water to it so it's not so potent. And also if you're using it on echeveria plants and any type of plants that have a lovely hue colouring on, you have to be careful if you're spraying it on, because it can sometimes take the colouring and mark the leaves a little bit. But other than that, it's pretty harmless, certainly less harmless to both plants and yourself than insecticides. So what I'm going to be doing here is showing you how to use it. It's very, very easy. As I said, I've made a number of videos. And if you check the little link up the top, like a information sign, the link should come up to a few different videos I've made on using this with certain types of plants, and also down below in the about section, because I know not everybody can access the links up above for some reason. It doesn't always work depending on whether you're using your mobile phone or using a PC or laptop. So links down below as well. And then what you have to do here in this case, now as I say, I'm using this neat in this case because this is a succulent plant, and it's very sort of strong, as in you can use it neat on here, but as certain other plants are a bit more sensitive, I would tend to dilute it a bit. And then all you need to do is to use one of these little glass bowls, tip a tiny bit in, literally a small amount like that. And there you go. And this particular brand is by Hexil, and they're very good. Now, I get this online on Amazon in the UK. Not quite sure whether you can get this particular brand in the States, but I'll put a link down below to where I get this one on Amazon. It's the best value I find. the best deal I found, and I'll put the link down below if you want to purchase this, because it lasts absolutely ages and it's great value. Now, and here, literally just dab it on, and there, as you can see there's Mealybug here, and dab it on like so, and it melts any insects on contact, and also removes any of the nests, because Mealybug, like scale insect as well, actually have like an outer coating that's really hard to remove, and they don't often react that well to normal systemics, especially contact systemics. So, systemics, insecticides, especially contact insecticides. Now, systemics, by the way, are a insecticide, as I say, that works through the plant. So they are more effective on scale and Mealybug. But I still prefer, if I can do it this way, I always do this first. And it works on contact, and it does literally melt the bugs. And while I don't like to have to kill anything, even Mealybug, I really don't get a pleasure from it. I really don't. Unfortunately, if we don't treat these pests, they will take over your collection. So you have to do the most humane way. And I think isopropyl alcohol is a lot more humane than a lot of these insecticides that slowly suffocate the insects and works on their immune system. It's quite cruel and horrible. So this kills on contact, so it is a lot more humane, guys. And as I say, you just have to do what you have to do. And as I said, this is literally just paint it on, making sure that you go over the areas where there's Mealybug. And I'll show you here where there's a bit of a cluster. Now, I don't know how much you can see. I'm just going to try and move this stand a little bit closer here. There's a cluster of Mealybug here, if you can see. It's a little white patch. And Mealybug always has like sort of woolly deposits, and they are very hard to find. I mean, they're easy to see on this plant, thank goodness, and because it bounds itself around like spaghetti, it's not the easiest to get into. But with a lot of cacti, it's very hard to see the mealies because they hide in places you can't see. They're very, very clever. But say, look, that's how easy it just kills on contact and wipes them away. And isopropyl alcohol is also great for using around the house. It's great for using for cleaning as well, and even on the skin. So it's a great all-round. I use this with everything. It's fantastic. And there, that's not a Mealybug, so I don't need to worry about that. And literally just paint it on, making sure you remove all around. Now, often a telltale sign with Mealybug is they leave a sticky deposit, like a honey type of sticky resin on the leaves. So although you might not see mealies, if the plant feels sticky, you'll often find, if you look a bit closer, you might find, for example, this is very sticky here, but looking at that, there's no sign of any Mealybugs. But when you turn it round, look, they're all hiding. So this is the thing you have to watch. They do hide in the areas you cannot see. But this is great. I literally just paint this on. And that's really all you have to do. Now, it's a very time-consuming task. As you can see, this plant is large, and it's all like spaghetti. So it's going to take me probably a good hour to thoroughly go through this plant with a tooth comb, or with a brush, I should say, to make sure there's no traces of Mealybug left. And I'll repeat this then in a couple of weeks' time, because obviously this is only killing on contact. There's always going to be ones you cannot see. So it's an ongoing thing with Mealybugs. I think when you're growing plants, you have to sort of accept you're never going to have plants that are completely bug-free. It's just natural, and it's part of growing cacti and succulents. It's part of the hobby. And it's just a case of keeping on top of them. I find that, pests they'll only kill your plants if they go totally unnoticed. And sadly, I have had some plants I've lost from Mealybug because they've gone completely unnoticed. They've been hiding in places I have not physically been able to see them, and that is sad. But all you can do is check your plants as regularly as possible, and as soon as you see any signs like this, get onto it. And that's really all it is, and that's really all you have to do. Now, I use this little brush here. It's actually one of them little brushes you get from the chemist, the drugstores. That's a little lip brush. I actually got this from one of the girls on the makeup counter. I actually asked if I could buy one, and she actually gave me one. But you can buy them in the chemist in little packs. But you can use any type of lip brush, eye makeup brush, or little artist brush, paint brush, and just great for getting in between the little nooks and crannies here. Now, obviously, because it's going to take me a while, I'm going to stop this video here, and then I'm going to show you the finished result. Now, guys, that's the plant all completely de-mealybugged, or as many mealybugs I can physically see anyway. And as I say, that's really, really the best thing I can really recommend when it comes to dealing with mealybugs. Keeping on top of them. As I say, when you do grow cacti, succulents, and any type of plant, you have to accept that it's never going to be bug free. Years I used to get so frustrated with pests and bugs, thinking, oh, why won't they just go away? But you know, that's life and that's nature. And we are growing plants indoors. Even when we grow them in our gardens, it's really not always how they would normally be naturally growing in their natural habitats. And we have to accept that, sadly, there's not the natural predators flying about in our houses and greenhouses or polytunnels or whatever we've got that you normally would have out in their habitats. So it's just keeping on top of the bugs as much as possible. And anyway, that's it before I rabbit on anymore. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. And if you want to see what this beautiful plant looks like in flower, it looks like a load of spaghetti now, but it has the most incredible flowers. Ceropagias are beautiful, guys. This is Ceropagia sansonii, and also links above and below to this beautiful plant, what it looks like in flower. The flowers are like little parachutes, guys. They are absolutely breathtaking. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. And I want to send you loads of love, heaps of happiness, and tons of succulent power. As always, from Ireland. Until the next video, guys. Bye. Bye.